they've been missing each other. This is the point where they start to meet again, where a connection is reestablished.
The title is This Thing On? And I think the title works on so many levels. Like, at first, my association was like, is this microphone on? Like, when you're on stage, like, is this thing on, you know, and you're just tapping on it? And during the film, I thought a thing is like serving more as a metaphor for the relationship for Alex and Tess. So what would you say is like really the actual meaning behind the title for the film?
I mean, it can be all those things, right? And certainly once you make the film and it goes out there, it's for the audience to determine. But personally, it always felt like at the core is this human being on? You know, we find this corpse at the beginning of the film of Alex, and then the question when she leaves in the train and he's standing there with his life in the underbelly of Grand Central, and then that's when the title comes on. It's like, is this on? Is his soul alive? You know, and then you're sort of watching him become alive throughout the film, and then in doing so, able to reconnect with a person who is already on at the beginning of the movie.
I really enjoyed watching Alex and Tess because I thought they have like such a deep connection, even though their marriage is over. I really thought that they treat each other with respect, like even in the most difficult moments. And yeah, that was very beautiful to see. So then there's the scene in the comedy club, which is, I think, kind of a turning point where Alex is doing his act, a stand-up act, unknowingly in front of Tess, and talks about the intimacy and their marriage and their problems. And she hears it for the first time. And how important would you say was this moment, like for the curse of their marriage and the curse of the film, because they like reflect themselves through Alex's comedy?
I think it's pivotal for both of them, but it starts with Tess really in that moment, if you will. Alex is up there speaking his truth, which he started to do, and he's getting closer and closer to it. And this is the point where they've been missing each other. This is the point where they start to meet again, where a connection is reestablished, right?
And maybe, you know, as Bradley was speaking to, you know, is this soul on? You know, there were aspects when we first fell in love that I saw this awake, alive, impassioned young man as we were falling in love. And that energy that I'm seeing now on stage is something that I've missed for a long time, but it's also anew because he's in it for himself and his own self-discovery, not because we're young kids falling in love. But this is like his truest self, perhaps, that I've never seen. And I think even though I may be awake or know my passions, there's something deeply inspiring about seeing that in another person. As awake as you think you may be, I think it reignites her to herself in a new way.
But yeah, I think that when you stop communicating, you run the risk of, you know, the road narrows, and it becomes really hard to turn around. And all those things that you've let go, and all those things that have gone unsaid, they don't just evaporate; they accumulate, and sometimes the weight of that becomes too much. And it makes sense that people get to a point where they say, it's too much because I can't possibly climb this mountain of resentment and unsaid feelings that I've been holding on to for so long. How could I possibly attack that? It's too big. It's too scary. So we might as well call it quits because neither of us wants to address this. Neither of us knows how to take the first step in climbing that. And it's really brave with these people that they are able to first through starting to connect with themselves, and secondly with each other, really say, we're going to attack this. We're going to together, no matter, and it's not going to be great, and it's not all sunny days, but we're gonna do it, and I'm choosing to do it with you. And there's something profoundly beautiful about that.
Bradley and Will, you were like writing the script and the screenplay, and you were producing and acting in it yourself, as with your previous movies. You're like doing all these roles. What was it like to really to make that movie? What was the motivation to just keep going, making like these authentic topics?
Each project has a different inspiration, but generally speaking, I just love what I do so much. And movies have been such a huge part of my development as a person. So the fact that I get a chance to work with people in that same way that and create products that are the same in the same genre or the same media of what inspired me. I think, I just love it so much. And like the movie, if I'm just alone, I'm going to cannibalize that. I need to be with people who also love it, who then inspire me. And that's when it's the communal aspect of filmmaking that I love.
And last question, maybe. I was interested in the jokes you do in the film, because I read that you two were like going to prepare for the role. You were like going to actual clubs, comedy clubs. So were they all scripted, or was there like any room for improvisation?
Yeah, they were scripted. I mean, we worked on it, and it evolved over the time, really, especially as we're getting closer to shooting, as we were working on the different sets that Alex was going to do. And they're informed also about where Alex is, where we are in the movie, and where he is, and his feelings about his marriage. All of that stuff affects it. So they're all on story. Each one of those jokes really is on story. They're not just standalone jokes. Every one of them tells the story truly at every stage.
The time is over already, but I really loved talking to you, and I really enjoyed watching the movie. As I said, very refreshing and
Thank you.
really great movie.
Thank you very much.